This life coaching opportunity, kind of my first thought was about what automatically went to the professional, idealistic way of being a kind of rescue ranger when I thought about life coach. Okay, that means something like a rescue ranger, trying to save people from their own life journey, in other words. Just like the old social work models of thinking, the deficit type of thinking. You tell people what's wrong with them, and then you attempt to fix it and then wonder why that didn't work. So, and for many, many years, this has been the way that social work practice and all of that has been a part of things, or anytime we deal with clients of any type, it has always been from a deficit perspective. But quickly I began to see that this was more of a model that I was familiar with in terms of looking at a perspective that was more familiar in the interactions of empowering and enhancing people. And I don't know if many of you know, back in 1999, when the Dauphin County Human Service Department moved toward a new way of doing business. And I had the opportunity of being on the ground with that. What I mean by that is writing the policies and procedures along with the major players, administrators, commissioners, all of that. We begin to look at how can we serve the people of this county that come to our attention at a new way, because obviously the way we were doing things and getting the same result was not a good thing. That's insanity. Right. So the new human service director came to us and said, now, she came from the West Coast and she brought a new practice, if you will. And this particular, the Coach Ready, the life coach program kind of reminded me the paradigm shift that took place with us in the county initially back in 1999, when they began to look at how can we do things different with the people that come to the attention of all of the categorical agencies that we're responsible for. And that includes drug and alcohol, mental health, children and youth, area on aging, and even probation. It's all under the umbrella of human services. So under the Human Service Director's office is where all of the decisions are made on how those categorical agencies operationalize themselves. So again, the Human Service Director then was Sandy Moore. She was from the West Coast of California, and she came with a new practice where people had an opportunity to be a part of the process. Okay? And as we begin to roll out how that looks for the county from the judge's perspective, the administrators, the county commissioners, how that would look for us. At first it was a little scary of a process because, again, quite naturally everybody thinks in a deficit way of thinking, okay? That here's the problem that's presented to us and we have to fix it. And when it doesn't work, oh well, then there's something wrong with people. Not us, it can't be us. But anyway, we started to adopt that policy, and by 2004 we had completely adopted that as the way we would do business here in Dauphin County across our categorical agencies. That's how it began, okay? And by 2000, and in fact, from 1999 to 2003, that was how it began to roll out. We started to do all of this strength-based, solution-focused practice. And that is a practice whereby you totally engage the family that comes to or the people that come to the attention of yourself, and begin to allow them to sit at the table with you and make decisions with you. You talk about what maybe concerns you, and then they come up with the solutions. No better way to do that, because they know their family better than you do, for real. For years we were doing cookie cutter, information. We say, okay, 50 hours of this, and 50 hours, this much residue, blah, blah, blah. I could change your name and just make up give the judge the order. Same with children youth. You change the name and give them the order. So we had to stop the cookie cutter stuff. So we adopted the practice called strength-based solution focused practice, which is the importance of allowing to engage the person on their journey, and you be a support to that. And that is the same parallel practice as the strength-based, solution-focused practice that we are engaged with as a county entity. And even our contracting agencies, we want them to be a part of strength-based, solution-focused practices.